me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Welcome to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of Lemon Champ or Lucky Track Dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot,
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough in Chrissy.
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
We're sure you'll giggle a little.
And learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
Oh, this is Chrissy.
And I'm Tim.
And I'm mental.
And we are Everyone Racers. Welcome to a Nissan episode of our podcast. It's episode 381. The Nissan R381 was a race car built in 1968 as a follow-up to the R380 for the Japanese Grand Prix. Nissan realized their straight six would not be powerful enough and planned to use a V12, but they could not get it done in time. So in grand hot rod fashion, they used a Chevy 350 V8 making 450 horsepower. It worked for that 68 Japanese Grand Prix. Nissan took 5 of the top 6 spots with a single Porsche taking second. While small block all the things doesn't sound as good as LS all the things, it still worked even back then.
Okay.
Yep, it did.
So Nissan was the first one to swap Chevy V8s into Z cars. Got it. That's important.
Ahead of their time.
Yep.
It's like ethically okay now.
It is. Yep. It's like mom said it was okay to do. Therefore, you're fine.
Perfect.
Well, none of us are swapping Chevy V8s into Nissan Zs because last time I did that, it worked out real well. So, yeah.
It worked until it didn't.
Yeah, it worked great until it didn't.
It worked even after it didn't.
Yeah. So anyway, what's someone else working on? I don't know. Mental, what are you doing while you're still available sitting in your Volkswagen there? What are you working on?
Last minute limo prep. So I posted some stuff on our socials, just wrapping up some detail oriented stuff. I've got the getting everything done because we're going to be, spoiler alert, talking about this soon enough. We got the Las Vegas going for Broken Rally coming up, and I had to prep the stripper limo.
Yep. What is it?
My dress showed up today.
Good. What is the condition of the limo now? Like, how much more does it need to be race ready? Here we are, 9 days from when Chrissy and I will land in Vegas? Yeah.
It's ready. Now I'm just doing like comfort things.
You guys are coming?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody on the screen is coming.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be so sick of us, Jeff.
Do you want the punchline, Jeff? When Corey, Tim, and I didn't sign up for it, they asked Chris and Chrissy to be at Sonoma.
Yeah.
Actually, we were
I heard
signed
about
up.
that at Jay's birthday.
We were signed up for Sonoma, and then we were like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I've heard a lot about that. I was at Jay's birthday party 2 weekends ago, and I got a lot of guff from all the race people, and I was like, I don't know, make races more entertaining, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Nice.
Oddly enough, I ran a limo in the second rally that ever happened, and that thing was terrible. So you have a high or low bar? A low bar to meet in terribleness of limos. If a CL alarm doesn't go off in the back, I don't know if it's that bad.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go.
We just won't have one. That's the best part. It's easier.
Problem
Because
solved.
everyone's got headaches. What's happening?
fine. You're
I'm
fine.
really tired.
Chris has told me that before.
Well,
it's all good.
I say it'll
Where'd I
start
put
with
my
Chrissy.
shoes?
Chrissy will be like, my fingers are tingly and I don't feel good. And everyone will tell her to shut up.
That's
and then
exactly what happened in the race car. Yep. You're
Keep driving.
fine. Keep driving. Yep.
Little
well.
sawzall to create ourselves a nice moonroof, and we'll be right back on the
I
road.
think we need one anyway because we have to hang out of it. Duh.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's perfect. All right. Who's next? I'll go. I've been cleaning and painting more on my stupid MG. Although I have to say, I'm basically done with the cleaning and painting. The entire undercarriage, all of the suspension, everything has been cleaned and painted. And today I ceremonially switched the ratchets from off to on and began reinstalling suspension parts. Got one corner of the suspension almost back in tonight. It was wonderful. It was also 70 degrees today in Pennsylvania. So it was really nice actually working with the door open and being able to spray paint with the door open and not just huff the fumes for the next couple hours because it's 12 degrees out.
Yes. Let us thank ExxonMobil.
Yep.
It's so nice when you get to flip the wrench, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Wonderful.
I love that.
When you just realized I can start putting the stuff back now. It's time. It's time. Yay. Flip. Good. Timmy, what are you working on?
I'm always filled with anxiety because as I start to put stuff back on, I'm like, what did I forget that I'm going to have to take this all back off again?
Fair.
Oh, well.
I don't think Chris runs into that problem.
Everyone does once in a while.
Anyway.
Well, I got a call today from my contractor in Maine, and the garage is done. Which
like done?
I'm so excited about. And the thing that made me the most happy was that he was like, the garage is done. When can you come up for final inspection? Because he wants final inspection so they can get paid. And I was like, how's it April 24th sound? And he's like, you can't come any sooner than that? And I'm like, nope, sure can't. So it's time for you to wait now, buddy. So for you, Jeff, this garage has been going on for about 16 months for that. So
we have talked about it during several podcasts. It just keeps going.
The last two times Jeff was on, this garage is going to be great.
Yeah. But I get my boat in there and all this other stuff.
Yep. Amazing. So finally done, and they can take a pause and just think about how long it took them before I show up with a checkbook. So that's fun.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amy and I went and looked at our new puppy that we'll be getting when she's old enough. So Stella is going to be new to the family. She is 8 weeks old. We'll get her when she's 8 weeks old. She's 4.5 right now. We'll do a DNA test on her, but from what we know, it's
You're
Shepherd.
not the father.
I'm definitely not the father. It's a Shepherd Husky boxer pitty mix. So a little bit of everything. Who knows? But little fluffy little thing. So cute. And working on the bathroom remodel. I've also switched the wrench to assemble drywalls up, tile backsplash. I'm doing a full subway tile wall. That's 3/4 of the way done. I plan to finish that tonight and then do the floor, and then it's grout. I hate grouting. It's so painful.
It's still better than drywall mudding.
I don't mind drywall mudding. It's the sanding that I hate.
It's all part of the same process. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all done, and then I can put it back together, and we are on the clock because my wife has told me that needs to be done before I leave for NOLA for judging. So
great.
Quickly.
Get on it. Jump on it. Oh, speaking of jumping.
And Chrissy.
I was jumping. I went to Sky Zone like a 10-year-old, and it was amazing. I had a great time because I went with a 10 and a 5-year-old and my best friend. So we had a good time at Sky Zone, jumping on all of the things. And then we did a lot of binging of Drive to Survive this weekend. So that was great too. I am not working on cars, unlike Chris.
Nice.
So you might have heard Jeff Stobbs. We have Rally Master Man here. What are you doing? What are you up to?
Well, we're gearing up for the Going for Broken rally. I'll probably take the car cover off my MG eventually. And also, I'm a big fly fisherman, and it's also been warm in Wisconsin. So I've been getting out and attempting to convince very cold fish to eat little itty bitty hooks with fake pieces of plastic on them. So that has not been super successful. But it's a good time. I'm excited for Vegas. We just got done with Freeze Your Keystone Rally in Pennsylvania. That was a lot of fun. It was so we always used to do retreat, and I was like, oh, it won't be that bad in Pennsylvania. But then I forgot that part of retreat is that it continually warms. You continue to go down south. So 3 days in like snowstorms and shit it's pretty brutal. I was like, I enjoyed it, but man, it was cold. So kind of a weird mistake. We were supposed to go to North Carolina, South Carolina for that rally, but we were kind of worried about after the hurricane how much of the infrastructure is still good to go. So we'll probably show up there next year.
Hey,
So those are the things I'm working on.
Sorry. Before we move on to the next segment, just this week, we should all wish our buddy Jeff Wakeman a happy birthday.
Oh,
birthday, Jeff.
Birthday, Jeffrey.
So
another one in the long list of of birthdays in this quarter. Yeah.
Yes, it's birthday season. His is always the bookend. So yeah.
Jeff, I used to be a fly fisherman too, and
He
then
used to be.
I had all of my stuff in my 2004. It was 4 months old. Subaru WRX, and then the car got stolen with all my stuff in it. So,
oh wow,
it broke my heart. I couldn't get myself to replace it all. So now,
yeah, I don't. I mean, if you want to, Corey and I have been kind of scoping out some lakes in the area during the rally. So I might bring a rod out. I'm trying to convince him to bring something out. He does spinning stuff though. I don't know if you've seen the steelhead he's been catching lately.
Yeah,
but they're gorgeous.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I have a couple rods that are worth more than my truck, so I'd also be pretty devastated if I have a 2002 Land Cruiser with 300,000 miles on it. Not the most valuable car on the planet, but still, it'd be very sad.
Yeah. It was.
They would, they would steal a total of $5,000 from me.
Yep.
Okay, Susan, it's time.
Our friend and Hagerty writer on Lemons Judge Sajeev had a great piece over at Hagerty. Quote, our 2 cents, why automakers kill their performance brands, end quote. Running through some of the other editorial stuff, there are some great insights. New VPs build a reputation creating a performance brand, and the next one makes a rep by cost cutting. We've got the use of sub-brands to prop up your electric vehicles like the Ford Mustang Mach-E and the Chevrolet Blazer EV-SS. Both are so stupid. We've got a cycle of reincarnation. Why invent when you can reinvent, or worse, reimagine? But Sajeev has the most telling, it's your own fault, he says, adding that the folks who own performance cars are the worst stewards. They won't or can't buy these vehicles when they're new, and then generally they go out of their way to avoid supporting the OEM behind the brand. Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
But then the dealers also ruin it by as soon as an interesting car comes up, they're like, oh, we need lots of markup on this. And then everyone's like, well, I'm not going to buy it then if it's $10,000 of markup on a Civic. And so then they don't buy it and say, why don't this sell? And that's the problem.
I think car manufacturers have a long history of not being super smart. So,
yeah. Well, when they can just sell every one of the small SUVs that they make.
Yeah.
Silver.
Well,
right?
also, I know about cars. Like, I don't know about cars like you guys know about cars, but I know a lot about like automotive history. It fascinates me. And they've literally been making the same mistakes for 100 years.
Well,
so
and even if you did know about automotive history, you're trapped in a vehicle with Eric Rude for many, many days at a time. You're going to learn.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
Yeah. No, I don't like baseball. I'm fascinated with baseball history. Like, that's just been kind of my thing for a long time. And, I've read a lot of books on GM, and it's like, oh, I can see why GM has the issues that it has. It's because they've just, they were all super conservative Protestants until DeLorean came around, and they kind of did that. And they just continue not to really invest in like something interesting. That's probably why they're general.
See what you did there.
Valid.
Well, speaking of General Motors, Micheal Gautheir has a bit of good news about the upcoming version of the C8 Corvette. The designers are finally ditching the infamous wall of buttons The Butress that contained redundant controls that punctuated the cabin since 2019. Spy shots of the prototypes have been spied without the massive divider. While we can't see the full interior, the car has a revised dashboard that now flows around the minuscule infotainment center, and the wall of buttons can't be seen, and this suggests that the physical climate and seat controls will be axed. Unless they make it part of the infotainment. But it looks like it's going to be the 8-inch screen. So sad face on that, but I'm glad they got rid of the climb into a bobsled approach for the passenger seat. The horrible design that was.
Well, all the old people that are climbing in and out of them, like the extra grab handles are nice for that. So,
but then they screw up the seat memory when they're doing that.
That's actually in the new design. The
walker.
It has been leaked.
Ejection seat.
or like one that's like like that, like the stair thing. But
exactly. That assist recliner that'll help you stand up. Yeah.
That's only in the LTG package there. You get that.
I hope somebody's listening and makes that change.
Oh, that is amazing.
A walker folds out from the door and just flops on the ground.
Hey, I know
Corvette branded walker.
I mean, I'm only 10 years away from that. So
brought to you by New Balance.
And shorts.
Yeah,
and you have a little
dispenser
sign on the front. This is a dispenser. Wow. Okay. All right.
Shorts dispenser
on your walker. In the car, you can't put them on.
All the above. Why not?
In the car, you open it, you pull the door handle, and jorts shoot onto your body.
It's like I was imagining like a roll of paper towels, but it's jorts. So you just pull a new one off, tear it off.
No, it's like rip-on pants, but with like compressed air, so it gets stuck to you. Yeah, like a mouse trap.
See, these are the ideas GM is not.
Just got done.
Yeah, this is why GM's not doing great.
Yeah.
You just got done making that lawn look fire. Bam! New pair of jorts, no grass stains. That just happened.
Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, great. Okay. Do you remember the Camden Tubbed podcast? Not the Bradley Branell part of the show. The Cameron Vander host has a touching tribute on RacingJunk to a recently deceased legend. Gene Winfield passed away last Tuesday after a battle with cancer. Even if you're not into his old school hot rodding and custom car scene he was known for, you have seen his work. A large part of the Winfield best known work were movie cars. That includes the 6000 SUX from RoboCop and vehicles from Blade Runner. Others might know him as he was the inspiration behind a lot of the 70s and 80s AMT brand model kits. While his work was well known, his legacy is his work in the car community. He toured car shows and offered live audiences a chance to learn as the part of Summit Racing Equipment Chop Shop, in addition to more focused seminars in his Modesto, California-based Winfield custom shop.
Okay.
Pour one out.
Did you just do sad trombone?
I did.
Sorry, Gene.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now you know.
Yeah.
That too.
So if any of you show up to my funeral and you don't bribe the military trumpet player who's supposed to play taps to just play sad trombone, you are missing a golden opportunity.
But so a lot of the taps players that they send out now don't actually play the bugle. It's a electronic bugle.
It's awful.
Yeah, it was at my dad's, and it was it was like, there's a Bluetooth speaker stuck in that thing on Max, and it's distorting, and it's terrible. Yeah,
that is.
They don't have enough bugle players
know
anymore.
It was awful.
We didn't have any bugle players when I did it, but we had trumpet players. They could do the same thing. And when we couldn't get a trumpet player, we always referred to it as Airman Hitachi. And we had a boom box that we would put out of sight, and someone would push play on the CD. Oh, but a Bluetooth speaker, that's
inside the bugle. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it was inside. I think it might have been on the floor, but it was distorted because they were trying to make it loud enough.
Oh, so it's So when it first came out, it was like a contained unit, and it like used the bell of the bugle to project the sound. So the fact that they're just putting it on the man,
yeah, and they turned around so you couldn't see that they weren't playing.
Proud veteran here.
Well, and we, Jeff, you know why they had to do that, because when it was a contained unit, after about 10 minutes, they broke all of them.
Yeah, they broke all of them. I was an MP. We didn't have a lot of bugle players, but geez. Sorry that happened to you, Chris. That's not very fair.
Oh, well. My dad didn't really like his time in the military. We did it because the funeral home was like, well, you can have this. We're like, okay, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Sure,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, right. Oh,
That's fair.
Anyway, hey, we've got Jeff here. So, we're talking rally, but you can't just think about a rally car. You probably are going to need a tow vehicle for that rally car. You need an RV-ish, so you have a place to sleep when it's all broken, and Honda reliability is even better. You know what? RacingJunk has got this 99 Honda Odyssey for $2,000. It's only got 3 pictures, but it also then says, well, hang on, Mental, is this a 99 or a 2011? Because it says both in the listing.
It says both.
See. Yeah, let's see.
I pulled it from the listing.
Yep. Nope, this is a 2011. This is not a 99 Odyssey. Anyway, hey, we've got this very nice 2011 Honda Odyssey EXL minivan, 93,000 carefully driven freeway miles, finished in beautiful gray metallic over gray leather interior. It's got a rear view camera, Bluetooth, leather heated seats, 94,000 miles in Memphis, Tennessee. Great.
I might go buy that.
Right.
It's only $2,000?
Yeah, I might go buy that.
Something's wrong there. That can't be right. No way. These all get snapped up around here for people that do gig service delivery. And they're all
the fact that it says 99 Honda Odyssey in the header, and then it's clearly a 2011 in the description and everything else. It's
Mental. I think you fell for a scam on this. There's no license plate on it. There's 3 pictures.
It was late, and I was I was putting on there. So if you're bored, reach out and scam the scammer on that one, folks. My apologies. As you read this out loud, I'm realizing, because I actually know a bunch of my buddies back in the home love. They were like grabbing old first gen Honda Odysseys before the transmissions fell out of them, and they use them as tow vehicles and RVs because they're good at it. So not this Honda Odyssey, but get yourself a Honda Odyssey.
This 99 2011. Yep.
They took the time to take their license plates off for the photo op, but not enough time to actually have the header be correct.
Well, that's whoever stole the images off of a different ad. Look for one without license plates.
Getty Images.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay.
Totally.
It's upcoming race. Oops. What? Sorry.
Go ahead. I just said Mental is getting to that age where he falls for scams.
Oh
true.
No.
Okay, you know what? As soon as I get my money from my Nigerian prince, you're gonna feel pretty foolish.
Randy Bish isn't paying out.
Has anyone else started getting the toll road scam? I keep getting this you need to pay your Massachusetts
like a month ago.
I get one a week now for the last 2 months, and it usually begins with, I want you to take your own fist, put it in your own ass, and then I block them. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we were talking about upcoming races.
All right. Well,
Change of subject.
Champ is running their 2024 National Championship at NCM. It's an 8+8 with 38 cars running, and 19 are running for their respective national championship. There are 11 BMWs, 16 Miatas, 2 Porsches, a Honda, and the Lemons team from TMMI Motorsports in their 99 Camry.
That thing is fast.
Good luck, TMMI.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I don't think they're ready to see those guys, man. That car is stealth and fast. That's great. That's a great team.
Guy in the Miata's gonna be like, I just got passed by a Camry.
I remember when they were running well at Gingerman, and Aaron Cole kept trying to get a picture of the car, but they run it with that camouflage that you see, like test mules running around with, and it worked because his camera would not focus on that car, and even walked over and he's like, "Thanks, guys. I've got 27 bad photos of your car."
That's okay. When I run media, I have hundreds of photos that are bad of everyone's cars.
And is it the subject or is it your photo taking? Not
Probably the latter.
right.
I wish I had that excuse.
It's the feedback time.
Well, on the YouTube shorts about GM's engines failing faster than they can replace them, at Bad Batch 974 said, "Wow, I'm so shocked that some stupid, worthless emissions economy crap that no one wants, no one cares about, that will make no difference to anything is the cause for insanely expensive repairs that the dealer can't find a solution for or even manage to keep up with. The failure rate. Just add it to the list. New cars and trucks suck. If it ain't broke, engineer it until it is."
Meanwhile, Mental posted a crisp dollar bill he found in the stripper limo on Facebook, mentioning it was probably destined for the offering plate when it was lost.
Now, Jeremy Moonen said, "I've never heard a G-string called an offering plate," to which I reply, "You're not hanging out with the right people."
Al Jones warned us in all caps, do not touch the sticky change.
And there is a lot of sticky change in this limo, and it has gone into my jar of sticky change that I will use for a future penalty.
Ew.
Okay, I was like, I don't want that.
No,
That's not. Don't bribe me with that.
Oh, no, that's not a bribe.
No.
That's a punishment.
That's
the
a
team of miscreants. You bring the jar of sticky change. They have to clean it and then count it and then donate it.
That's like a reverse bribe.
Did you talk to the CDC about that yet? Because that sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not touching it with my hands. I'm good.
You're
I
gonna
got
get
gloves.
the hand
Oh my goodness.
Well. Yep. You know who never has any sticky change in the car because she doesn't really drop any change, really, for the most part. Chris, we can't hear you.
Do you know whose only offering plate has cookies on it?
Oh,
That's a good one. Yep.
You know whose dollar bill really was destined for the offering plate?
Oh, that's nice. All right. I'm
Great.
Hi,
Hello, Chrissy's mom.
Okay, it's big time.
Okay. We're here talking to Jeff because
One moment.
Yeah,
So I got a tattoo. This is like, if we could cut this part out.
please.
I got a tattoo that for Jay's birthday. It's on my thigh though. So do you want me to go put on shorts and I can just pull up my shorts, or do you want me to pull down my pants?
Did
Whatever
you get
you're
it
comfortable
before his birthday or during his birthday party?
Before, like a day
Okay.
before. So it's up to you if you want me to pull down my pants or pull up some shorts.
Whatever you're
Do you have any
comfortable with.
Pardon?
jorts? Do you have any jorts?
No, I do not. I've never owned shorts.
Just go for it, dude.
Whatever.
Go get shorts real quick.
Whatever you want to do.
Well, are you wearing underpants? Because if you're wearing
I mean, I
underpants,
am, but like, you really gotta adjust the camera. You gotta there it is.
Oh, there you
A
go.
farting skeleton. Yeah, that'll work.
Farting skeleton.
Yeah, on an MG seat. Yeah, that'll work. We can do that. All right.
That's perfect.
I'm not
Well, you know,
editing
wrote
that. That entire
You know
bit is
you wrote-
staying right in.
You know, he wrote a bunch of
Edit.
books about MGs, right? He wrote a ton of books about MGs, like murdering with MGs. It's like
He also
getting
he
your
was,
MG Concours ready.
he was one of the first people to write a book about the history of the Miata too.
Yeah, so it's just funny that he he chose like the worst car. Like that's how he started his journalistic career. It was just like with shit.
Jeff, if
You
you
know,
don't
Chris.
if you don't airbrush that thing on your hood, then I don't even know what to say to you anymore.
Yeah. It has a signature hidden inside of it.
Excellent.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
there's no better intro that I can do than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Then Jeff's muscular thigh.
Yeah. If you don't know Jeff Stobbs, you do now. That's about right.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, you know my right thigh.
More than most
Yep.
people.
That might be the thumbnail that goes on this episode too.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But it's definitely not more than most people.
Yeah. All right. So Jeff does the rallies for Lemons, and we're fortunate to have him here. And I guess we could say fortunate. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But
it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
Yeah, I am a little bit. But all right. So we got this going for well. I guess start off with what is the rally for people who somehow have had their head up their ass and don't know what it is.
It's the Going for Broken rally. Eric always comes up with the best names. But this is all Mental's fault. He was like, you should do a cloverleaf outside of Las Vegas. I was like, that's dumb. And then like the years passed and I was like, well, maybe it's not that dumb. And I was like, oh man, this is a good idea. This is unfortunate. Even though it's called the Going for Broke Vegas rally, Vegas is really hard to work with, surprisingly enough. So we're actually starting in Boulder City. Which is actually, I think, is kind of a cool town. They've got a bunch of grant money to redo all their motels and shit. And then while we're there, it's actually going to be the Police and Firefighters Association car show. So they'll be on one side of the parking lot and we'll be on the other. So that should be interesting.
Especially when you see our
boy.
theme.
Yeah.
We're in the overflow parking and they get the real parking lot because they're real.
That's better.
I mean, we're real too, but yeah, like they're more, they got their plaques and they're like those hiding kids and all that stuff.
Good.
Dean's car might get pointed in the wrong direction. They may think he's going over to the cop show. Huh?
Oh, yeah. No, we're in the overflow parking.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a dirt lot.
So the general premise of these rallies, I guess let's talk about that and how it's changed over the years. Like this kind of format is totally different than the old prior management philosophy of these rallies, for example.
Yeah, they were a lot more like the Iron Butt rally before, just like slogging 800,000 miles a day for some reason, not meeting anyone, being generally miserable, and putting yourselves at risk for no good reason. The trophies have never been great, so you don't win any money. So it was this, Eric and I just kind of worked through the plan, and and every year we shave 50, 60 miles off a day, and every year it seems like people enjoy it a little bit more, and not, so I am enjoying figuring out how this is going to work. I have a lot of fun just kind of tweaking it down. So, and Jay showed up at the end of the California rally last year, so seemed like he still likes what we're doing. So we'll see what the future holds. But yeah, so basically just making it so you can see other human beings that are in the rally at some point during the rally and having time to have a conversation with those folks.
It's very nice. What an idea.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Who knew?
It's like you guys had Brian Trainer on, you were talking about the neuro spiciness. I would say that the Lemons Rally is habanero, or ghost pepper or something like that, which I'm all for. I'm 100% behind that. But I find that regular car reviews did this video in 2018, and it's just like, you didn't know these people existed, but you have found your people. So I like bringing everybody, all the weirdos together, and, people getting to meet each other and, literally becoming friends for years and years and years. So that's my favorite part.
Excellent. So tell us, I guess, a little bit more about what we're doing with the Cloverleaf rally, because this is super different from anything that we've done before, right?
So last year we tried it out in California, and I was like, I really like not having to check into a new hotel every night. And I asked around, and we had kind of a low turnout for California, as history has shown us over and over again. For some reason, people don't like coming to rallies in California, I guess. And it was beautiful, and I talked to everybody and cleared it up with everybody, and they're like, yeah, I really like the Cloverleaf. It's not something that I want to do all the time, but it's like I said, it's nice to be able to just keep your stuff in your room and have somewhere to go back to. And, you don't have to figure out where your laundry is or where your toothbrush is, at 11 p.m. every night. So that's the basis for the Cloverleaf. And it's actually Mental's idea. the Cloverleaf was Mental's idea. I mean, I have no doubt that other rallies in the past have done it, but he was the one that brought it up with me. So, and I was a little bit of a hard sell to Eric, but after California, we figured that we should do it at least once a year.
So how far?
I love the idea of the Cloverleaf.
Yeah, we got a nice Airbnb in Henderson, so we don't have to be going everywhere else. We've got a pool and a hot tub, and it's going to be great. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Staying at the motel.
Fantastic.
Well, and I'm going out of order here, but to that end, so how's the response on this? I've seen some announcements on the gram from some well-known rally teams and even a couple of race teams, but you getting a good one out of this one, or is this
22 signed up, 18 paid, which is it's out west numbers. Like when we run rallies in the East Coast and all you guys show up, it's 40 cars. Midwest, 35 to 40 cars. Maybe it's because 80% of the population lives east of the Mississippi. I don't know. But when we do Western rallies, we expect about 20. Like that's we believe it to be a success if there's 20. In the middle of February in Pennsylvania, we had 26 cars. So, and there was snowstorms and stuff. So
we're used to that though. So there's that.
All right. So after this rally, when they see what a great time we're having, it's going to be, Yeah.
I mean, really, personally for me, like the sweet spot's 25 to 30 entries, because then I get to talk to everybody and interact with everyone. And kind of the idea with the Cloverleaf, finally something to it. They're flying in, they're buying a car, and they're going to run the rally, which is something that I've been pushing for like, I don't know, 4 years now.
Who's doing it?
Somebody's well, his email handle is Boomer. His picture looks like he's younger than me, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. But he's flying from North Carolina into California. So he was asking me a lot of questions about how to get temp tags and stuff like that, which is just really a cheat code for the rally. If you're having issues getting your car registered, every state provides temp tags at 10 to 60, depending on the state, it's between 10 days and 60 days, which is plenty of time. Yeah, Mental's going to have a question in a second.
No.
Plenty of time.
I'm saying that we're going to have tip tags. I'm just saying that one out there.
If you live in a state with emissions and you're like, I don't think I'll ever be able to get this thing to pass emissions, get your 10-day temp tag. 10 tag counts. I don't care. Like, it's registered with the state. Go. So temp tag works. So he's listening to my advice, I think, and we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Well,
awesome.
Making a lot of good choices by the sounds of it. Do we know
what kind make
of
bad choices?
Right. Well, that's
what I mean.
My
tattoo.
That's right. Everyone here is making bad choices. We know that.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, if you're listening to this and you think you can pull it off in a week, get a hold of us, because I'll give you my address, and if you put insurance on a car, we'll get you a 30-day movement permit, perfectly legal in Nevada.
And in Arizona, it's $1 for 30 days.
It's $1 here too.
Yeah,
but you only get one.
The limo paid for itself.
Yeah.
Yes. You're like, now I can drive.
Yeah.
I got $1.
Yep. Exactly.
So what kind of cars
Tomorrow,
do we have going on? Do we know yet? Like, you've seen the entry list. Anything interesting?
Yeah, but a lot of people email me being like, I want it to be a surprise. So, I know this guy's bringing Mercedes. I know Jen Keenan's bringing something cool. X90 kids. I mean, it's probably a Mini. It looks like it's a Mini, just because I had a Mini and I know what the dashboard looks like. But they try to conceal what they're bringing. So I try to respect that.
Sure.
So I do know what's coming, but kind of stay tuned to see what's going on.
And if you're not following the XC90 kids on the gram, you're missing out, because they always theme hard. I just love those guys. They're so much fun.
Obviously, a lot of lead in the water in Oklahoma.
Right, so what kind? I mean, without giving it all away, what kind of shenanigans and route distances and things like that can people expect for this kind of rally? Like, what are we looking at roughly?
Day one, it's going to be 7 to 8 hours. Day two is going to be like an old rally slog. It's going to be like 14 hours. like for all of us. The problem with, Vegas is interesting with the cloverleaf, but the problem is, unlike in California where there's a lot of routes and a lot of roads, there's just like 3 roads. So like if you want to stay off the 15, you got to get really creative. So we might go by part of Area 51's expansive property. No. They're the idiots that put a historical marker on the side of the road by the place that is guarded by quads with machine guns. It's not my fault.
Sounds perfect.
Just don't cross the street. Yeah, don't cross the street. It'll be fun. So what else? I guess it's not a huge surprise, but on day 2 we're gonna go to the Clown Museum. So expect points based on clownage. What else are we doing?
Now, you think the inside of the stripper limo's nasty. You wait till you see that place.
Is that at the Clown Motel? Is that the same place? Or is that
Yeah, in Tonopah, Nevada.
Yeah.
So that'll be like the apex of day 2. So if you want an idea of how long day 2 is.
Yeah.
We got some good challenges, some swimming challenges or some wading challenges, I guess, as comfortable you are with water. Come on, day 2, you're gonna be dressing up like a clown. So
I love that you think only one day we're dressing up like clowns. Wait till you see
just,
our
pre-order your Amazon clown nose, or no, not Amazon, Shop Small. Pre-order your clown nose as quickly as possible. I gotta actually get mine.
Is clown can it be interpreted?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could be a traditional 15th century jester. I don't care.
I think we're good.
I think we're there.
We're definitely clowning. That's for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just honestly, in all of my like little challenge and stuff, just put some effort into it, and I'll give you some points. I don't care. Like just do something dumb. What else? Day 3, we're heading south. We'll go through Kingman and all that, and then back up along the river. Planning wise for the route, usually that's the easiest part, but because there are limited roads in Nevada, it actually was kind of challenging to not make it like 15-hour days every day. So it'll be good. Lots of desert. Going back to Oatman, you can go pet a donkey if you want. You guys haven't been to Oatman, have you? Mental has, but you 3 haven't. Yeah, so there's just donkeys walking in the road there.
I have had to actively
you have to move brake sometimes
to avoid the donkey. Yep.
Yeah, and they're all very domesticated. So if you stop your car, they put their nose in your car. They
want to see what kind of food you will give them.
Yeah, you got any bread in there, buddy? So
they don't want to see what's going on in that limo. Trust me.
Like one of my favorite. I mean, I keep on putting Oatman on rallies, and it's literally just so I can go feed the donkeys the little treats that they sell in the little shops. So that's like my main motivation to continue to go to Oatman.
That may not be the first donkey ever in that limo anyway, so it's fine.
No, fair enough.
Possible.
Fair enough. Yeah. Do
we know who owns the donkeys, or are they just
the wild?
They're feral.
They are.
Yeah, they're feral.
So domesticated feral donkeys.
Yeah, it was. It was.
No one would miss one.
Oh, they would. I bet every single one of those is named.
We brought them back the next day.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I bet every single one of those. But it's still
they go in the rally.
It is a very isolated town still, but back in 1910 or whatever, it was very, very isolated. So they didn't really have any mechanical equipment, and everything was done with donkeys. So those donkeys are old, like come from that mining descendants.
Yeah, I just imagine Tim's kidnapped donkey showing back up on like Tuesday with a pack a day habit and some PTSD going, I've seen some stuff, man. I've seen some stuff. You don't know.
Are you going to get the DNA test for that one and see if it's part Rottweiler?
What's the
possible?
There's the movie. What's the movie when they go to they probably go to Vegas, and then there's the tigers in the
Hangover.
The Hangover. Thank you. I'm like, I can remember I feel like that might be yes.
Yeah, I feel like there's enough time to modify the trunk to have a spot where the donkey can hang out
in the trunk.
No, have the trunk open with like a seat, and the donkey can like look around as we're driving around, and like an old rumble seat.
You know what
donkey
donkeys
normal
look
seat.
right? They have 4 legs. They can't sit because they have 4 legs.
Sit like a homan.
Like that's what a donkey.
Like,
We'll make
Yeah.
we'll make a donkey stage for the back of the.
Maybe you're confusing, maybe, I don't know if this is insensitive, but hobo or unhoused with the donkey. Maybe you're confusing those two terms.
Well, technically, aren't they unhoused donkeys?
I mean, yeah, they're wild.
All right. I think we may have just named this
Sorry.
episode, Chris. This may be known as the donkey episode.
Yeah. You'll probably get demonetized for that.
Ugh.
Oh, not yet.
I think I found that dollar.
I just added a 25 pack of clown noses to my Amazon cart.
No, Chrissy, go remove that. Go to the local.
I
Go
will
to-
go to the local. There's not
Clownery?
even
The local clown.
Clownery?
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
There's not even a party city anymore. They're all gone. I don't even know
Yeah.
where to.
I don't know
My
either.
event's not local. It's
I
a
can
franchise.
locally source us some clown noses.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but those are
concerning.
those are sex worker clown noses,
Hey,
and they
I
don't
will.
like.
I will not have your judgment from
They
people
don't-
that are forced into
Hey,
that line
I
of work.
agree. I
Don't
agree
kink
that
shame.
sex work is work. Yeah, I know sex work is work, but you don't want gonorrhea nose. So
Accurate. That's accurate.
The donkey shows back up with gonorrhea nose.
man,
This is so much.
So
well,
much.
you guys are the one that texted me the other day asking me if I wanted to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chrissy,
you're not
you're-
too much.
Your
What?
expectations are inappropriate. If
No,
you didn't
oh, this
think-
no,
Yeah,
it's
this is
not
gonna go
that, no,
right.
Jeff is not too much. We are just all too. This is all too much. Okay, let's go. I'll give. Here's a question for you. You're not a Vegas person, but what else are you besides donkey noses and clown noses and donkey?
Donkey.
What else are you looking
Donkey
forward to?
noses.
What do I? Well, if you notice, we're not really going to Vegas. I did put a couple checkpoints in the city of Las Vegas that really are just for me, to be honest. One was one of Mental's recommendations, and I was like, that's fucking cool. Sorry. And then the other one is just completely based off my music taste, and I might end up far behind everyone in the rally because I spent all my time in a museum. So we'll see what happens there.
It's
Uh,
it's an amazing museum. Everyone
I
that
hope
has
so.
gone says it's friggin' fantastic. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty much all I look forward to. I do really like Boulder City, to be honest. We stayed there on one of the Route 66 rallies. It was the one where it was a normal one. So from Illinois out, it wasn't the reverse one. And I was like, this is a really cool little town. So I like stopping in places like that. And it's a lot cheaper than Las Vegas and a lot less complicated. And the city parks department calls you back. So it's great.
All of these things that are great when you're booking an event.
It is
Pretty much,
the
yeah.
only county in Nevada where gambling is not legal. They have
Mhm.
they have a place right on the border that is they call it
Yeah.
Border City, but the city inside the city limits not legal.
Yep. And it's technically dry, but there's a bunch of bars because they're like clubs or something like that. So don't worry about if you need to get, wasted or something to enjoy my rally.
A refill for the back of the limo.
Yeah.
That's
poor-
what the trunk
some
is for.
Is there
Poor
a tap?
donkey, just all his legs are out.
You gotta rig it
Oh.
up so every time Mental slams on the brake, like another Coors Light shoots out of the trunk into the cabin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the only thing I pull wristbands for, so don't do that.
What if I'm not driving I'm not driving the limo.
We're in the back of the limo.
Yeah. The
Not while it's moving.
You don't have a commercial license, so unless you have a livery license, it's not going to be legal. And the first rule of every single Lemons rally is obey all laws.
Got it. I will
How
not.
hard is it to get a commercial license?
A livery license,
Yeah.
probably pretty
Mental,
tough.
do you have one?
I have a commercial license.
Not a commercial. You have to have a livery license.
Okay, so yeah,
So,
they made me keep my commercial license when I moved here for my bus driving.
Yeah. So like it's like to operate a limo company or like a
Oh yeah,
bus service kind
because
of
it,
thing. Yeah.
it says not for hire on the back of the limo, which is also cool.
Yeah.
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 Good.
They make all that crap really complicated.
Could you hire a guy that has the company to just drive us around?
Wow. You're making this rally really expensive.
Well, we're already way in. It doesn't matter at this point. It's burning hundreds.
So that's what I love, and I love the desert. The desert outside of Las Vegas and just in all of Nevada is just gorgeous. You're going to see some of the weirdest terrain, and it's as beautiful. And the one thing that East Coast people miss out on East Coast Rally is desolation. Like there will be times where it's just you, and it's going to be awesome that it's just you and your friends. So that's my favorite part.
Yeah, big square states are different for those of us from little squiggly states
that are really close to.
Well, I mean, even Wisconsin. Yeah, even Wisconsin. You always see something. You always see some kind of like farm, which is fine. It's cool that the farms out here are like 100 acres, but growing up in California where ranches were like 180,000 acres, and if you took the right dirt road, there was no one's going to show up. So just don't die or get injured. But it was great.
Yeah. Have you and if I'm screwing up the one of the checkpoints, have you penciled in?
Don't worry about it.
Have you penciled in some time for Valley of Fire? Because you're an outdoorsy guy. I think you'll like Valley of Fire.
Yeah, I'll probably swing through. Big bonus points for being a state park. I don't know if you guys know, but we've been fined several times by the National Park Service in the beginning of the rally for you have to get a commercial use permit, and we never did. So that was prior management, but it's something that I work really hard. So the secret is you just don't put a checkpoint in the national park. You just put it on either side of the national park.
Go from this place to this place.
Yeah, well, you just got to decide how to get there. That's not up to me.
Well played.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, this is going to be great.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I mean, when we're halfway to Tonopah, there's going to be nothing. Sorry.
No, nothing at all.
What's your favorite car or some version of what the car used to be for your rally so far? What was your personal favorite?
I mean, we put a video up for it. The most insane one. Oh yeah, you guys asked about media the last time I was on, and
sorry. More work for you.
No, I'm actually saying thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, because that video on the cart
the
thing,
doom buggy.
Oh, that was
terrifying.
I'll link to that in the show notes.
Terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had never, I've never really, I mean, Jim Forbes, with the wedge, he got 600 points. I very rarely go over 500 points for a car. And I just looked at it and I didn't even inspect it. I just said 1,000 points. You shift from behind the driver's seat. It's made of square tubing. It's just, and it drove. So the one thing that they don't say in the video that got edited out, which bummed me out, was that car would not have started unless Jim Forbes was on that rally, because he's like, you're missing your condenser and their distributor cap. And they're like, what? And then they went and got one and the car worked. So wow. Jim was 100% the hero that day. And then because they had never had it run. So that car was just incredible. Favorite, just I guess normal car that isn't insane. I mean, all of Jim's are insane. One that actually I still really think about, it's a guy that lives up in way north in Canada, he's closer to the Arctic Circle than the U.S. border. I can't think of his name right now, of course, but he had a car called the Frankenbird, and it was some special edition Firebird from the 70s that had been living he owns a shop in. It's not Timothy, it's something like that in Canada, and they had just bulldozed a bunch of rusty cars into an open pit, and it had just been living there for 40 or 50 years. And he pulled it out, got it running, threw all of the Bondo on it, painted, and it was called the Frankenbird because it was made of 7 different cars. And I don't know, man, that car was just awesome. Seeing it cruise along the beach in California. There's not a lot of drive on beaches in California. We were up north. It was fantastic to watch. It was really, It was impressive. It was terrible. It was dangerous in all the right ways. So that one's, and he kept on dragging different, like first it was his wife, then it was his daughter, then it was one of his sons. So all these people have been drugged down from, like basically the Arctic Circle to participate in these rallies in this terrible, terrible car. So that one's one of my favorites for sure.
Awesome. Hey, I got to sneak out of here. Jeff, thanks so much.
Weird.
We will see you here in, by the time everyone else sees this, we'll see you in about a week. Safe travels.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Bye, Mental. Oh, there. I can see up Mental's nose there.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yep. He's got to go back to work.
Turn it. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well. Well, I mean, he left at a good time. Like, we're kind of wrapping up. So that's nice. What else do you want to talk about, Jeff? There's always something interesting going on with you.
We got really good rallies this year. I'm excited about them.
Yeah, what's the rest of the schedule?
In August. I got to actually bring it up because I don't like trying to memorize it.
Good, you should know all of them.
And yeah, well, I kind of do. So this, obviously March 21st, March 23rd is going for Broken Rally. The Rust Belt Ramble is July. We have a big break because there's a lot of races. July 25th to 27th is the Rust Belt Ramble Rally. That's going to be kind of like a tour of Michigan. I know a lot of people keep on asking me. We will not be going to the Upper Peninsula. I am sorry. Also, if you're going to come on the Rust Belt Rally, definitely get the hotels now because they're already running out. And the price just keeps on going through the roof. Either that or camp, I suppose. We're back in the Pacific Northwest since the first time since 2020. The Cascades of Failure Rally. That's going to go from Seattle down to Bend, out to Astoria, back to Seattle. I got in contact with the people at the Lemons Museum, so they're actually just going to let us start there on Friday, which I was really surprised about. And if people show up on Thursday, we get a guided tour. We'll have the whole museum to ourselves. Then in September, back to the Northeast, the Fall Foliage Tour. That's kind of like a cloverleaf. We like the fall foliage that we ran out in May. We'll go to a city and kind of do 2 days outside of that. That should start again at the Lars Anderson Museum. We'll see what happens with that. And then I think we were in Texas in 2022. So back out to Texas, December 5th through December 7th. So the weather will be much nicer. And I'm still planning that route. Not 100% sure, but you can count on cars.com editor Steph Schrader to be out there. And she will be judging you, probably awkwardly, but I like Steph, so I like to use her when I get the opportunity.
Fantastic.
It's a good
That's
schedule.
about it. Yeah. And then I'm already working on one rally for next year, and that's going to be the Oregon Trail. So we'll leave from Freedom, Missouri, and we're going to end in Portland, basically. So, and it's going to be like historical, and I have all these references, and it's great. And I've just started reading all these Oregon Trail books that really have nothing to do with what the roads are now, but they're good reads.
There's a dysentery
expect a lot of.
penalty.
I was just going to say, I was like,
there's
somebody's going to die of dysentery.
Yeah, so expect a lot of challenges to be like hunting bison, and whatever.
Go to
getting
the local general store to get your salts and your salt pork and
how many spare wagon axles are you going to bring?
Wagon spindles.
Yeah. How many, I guess for that, it'll be like how many, hubs are you going to bring or, wheel bearings. But that actually got inspired. I read a book called The Rut Roads, which I know sounds like Scooby-Doo. I apologize. But it was by a guy named Ricker Buck. And in like 2019, it might have been 2020, he and his brother took like an actual covered wagon, like the historically correct one from, Yeah, so they drove it from Missouri all the way out. So I think it took them like 3 months, and a lot of the rut roads. God, that's so annoying to say. They still exist, and the property owners that own the trail that goes to their property, they leave gates, and if you call ahead, they'll open the gate for you so you can go through the property. Obviously in cars we won't be able to do that, but it was just really interesting, and I just thought it would be a good theme for a rally. And we're kind of moving to like a long rally every other year. So like last year we had reverse Route 66. We're skipping a long rally this year, and then next year we'll have the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm enjoying planning it already. I'm actually neglecting other rallies to, do all this reading and all this research.
Jeff, so you can do the
Nah.
long.
It's not even that it's easy. It's just so interesting.
I'm going to focus on what I want to. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like I 100% agree that the political climate is insane right now. But read about 1850s, like it was bonkers.
It's all relative or something.
No, it was really insane. It was really, really crazy. So, and it also adds a lot of like reference for what's going on now. Like these things have been in motion for a very long time. They tried to do something kind of like what's going on now in the 1930s, and it didn't work out because one guy stood up against it, an army general, and it's just kind of obvious that they're just trying the same thing again. So it's interesting to watch.
They did say history repeats itself, so I'm not surprised.
It's just because humans are idiots. We just keep doing the same crap over and over again. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just remember though, civilization's only been around for like 11,000 years. We've only had glue since 6,000 BC. So yeah, we're figuring stuff out.
Talk about humans are stupid and keep doing stupid things. So this is where we're about to go in this rally. So it's
welcome to Lemons. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We've done this before and decided this was a good enough idea. We want to do it again. That's the terrible part.
That was the problem when you guys ran the Corvette. Like the problem with that was that was a really big rally and I was all by myself. So I didn't get to really now that I've looked back at photos, I was like, oh, they did actually a really good job on that rally. I should have given them more points.
We didn't care at all.
I have so many pictures of you guys in the background in your Corvette gear, just working on the Corvette. Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's pretty much all we did is we worked on that thing a lot. Well,
Dave Carpenter did a great job to eat chips the whole time.
Yeah,
it was
so many chips.
It was like a whole side quest that I didn't realize until like a year later when I was going through the photos again. And I was like, that was a really good bit.
Oh, well. And see, that's why we do these things again. So if you haven't come out, it's too late now. But come out for the next one. People, give it a shot. You're going to be sick of us talking about it.
It is not too late.
No? We can still sign up?
It's not too late now. Oh, yeah. You can sign up until Friday. Friday, okay. Thursday or Friday. And then if you show up with $750, which is like the late fee cost of showing up, I'll let you run.
Grand, fantastic.
You're one CarMax trip away from being in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got one stupid form to fill out and you're good to go. It's not like the races.
Make sure you have insurance and a registration, and that's all you need, really.
And a clown. Clown nose.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, lots of clown noses.
Okay.
All right. I think we can move on to. I've got an on the spot for everybody. I mean, Jeff can go on this too, right? If you were doing a fly and drive into Las Vegas to pick up a car to run the rally in, what is something you would target trying to find that you think you could probably find in the greater Las Vegas area for a not unreasonable sum of money that you would then go drive on a rally like this for?
It has to be a car, not a thing.
Yeah, a car.
We don't allow
you would take
motorcycles on the rally, Chrissy. Come on.
Ever since that one guy almost died, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, and he ruined it in the very first rally, and he screwed it up for everybody.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were talking about like items. Like I'm
going
to Vegas.
We're talking about
the car.
Like you're going to do a fly and drive, like we keep saying. We want someone to fly in, buy a car, run the rally. I'll go first, just to set an example. I would find a Cadillac Alante. I think I could find one in Vegas. It's got the right mix of being bad, but probably not really tragic to drive, but decent chance of braking, but okay parts availability. And there's got to be some of those in Vegas. I'd look for a Alante.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, there's somebody with 15,000 miles on it that drives a mile and a half to the Flamingo every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good one. See, I was thinking, but very unpractical. I was thinking 50s anything. Typical Vegas like big iron, cruising around, preferably a convertible. No parts availability. Like it would be an absolute horrible choice, but it would be fun to, even if you drive for 4 miles in that thing, it would be fun to do it.
Yeah, I had a '76 Lincoln Town Car. It wasn't a convertible, but man, I love that car. It had, you didn't feel the road at all. And I had the front seat. I ran it on one of the Route 66, and the front passenger seat was out. So Eric spent most of his time sleeping there while we would catch up to other teams to take photos while he hung out the window, and I held his pants. So yeah, the big iron thing. It's good. That's literally, I was just going to say 1970s Lincoln Town Car.
Okay. I was.
I mean, my dream car is a '63 Town Car. So, and not even because of JFK, it looks it just hits all of my dopamine receptors, I suppose.
You're gonna see my '59 El Camino in a Northeast rally when I finally get that thing running. So that's a goal.
Okay, Chrissy, you're left.
I was going donk or slab.
Yeah.
I mean, along the same lines of yours, but yeah, I want.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like that's the most I really have like enjoyed the Northeast rallies, but there's just so many intersections. There's an intersection like every 20 feet. It feels like it's just there's so many intersections. But like out west, you just drive forever. And if you're on the main highway, there are no stop signs on that main highway. Everybody else has got stop signs, but you can just go forever. So just having that like rocket. I mean, around Oatman, it would suck, but like you just kind of have like this, like a sled that just keeps going. It's fantastic.
I could see Chrissy.
And in Vegas, there's
a pink donk with giant 24s on it,
silver wheels.
Yeah.
Were you guys the ones that posted that Camaro with the donk wheels on it? I don't know who posted that. It was awful. So bad. It had like 33-inch wheels on it, but like the interior was completely stripped out, so it just had like, I don't know if it was like a sofa seat or something. It was so bad.
That sounds amazing. Right there we go.
The Lazy Boy edition.
Yeah, it was like in this reflective pink wrap, and the donk wheels were in a gold wrap, but it all had all flaked off. Yeah, I can't remember who posted that, but that would be good.
I like that.
Oh no, Shelly McKee sent me that one. Shelly McKee sent me that one.
Patina. That's
a patina donk. Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense. So that's perfect.
It's exactly patonk.
Yeah. I do like how we all ended up with like some version of a Cadillac, though. Like regardless, this is some version of a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Chris still needed the performance. He still needed some performance, though. So
well, he also came up with the question, therefore he had more time for people to answer.
Oh, fair enough.
If I were on the spot, I would probably try to find like a '73 Eldorado or something like that.
Yeah. We ran we ran a '83 Eldorado Butress, but it had the diesel engine with they didn't have the pre-combustion chambers.
Yeah.
So we ran that on the first Lemons Rally, and it was very, very comfortable. But we could, because it's a terrible diesel, we also could only run we couldn't go slower than 26 miles an hour in Death Valley, but we couldn't go faster than 31 miles an hour or it would overheat. So it was great. Sorry,
this is about to be a TSD rally.
It's a true cruiser.
Yeah. Like if we,
hit your time.
Yeah, but once we got out of Death Valley, we could go back to cruising speeds. But in Death Valley, it was 26 or 31, and that was it. It was 115.
And those old dashboards too. It was like you're going 26, and now you're going 31.
Yeah, so we had to install. Yeah, so we installed a tachometer, and then did the math on the tachometer where those speeds were, and then while running our phones with the speedometer on them to like figure out an average of how fast we were going. Those long rallies were brutal, but it forced some ingenuity upon people.
Yeah, see all the fun you could be having, people. So give it a shot.
I know, right?
All right.
Get your rally on.
So Jeff, where can people find rally things online? Various places. Like where do they see stuff?
Yeah, it's just like the Lemons race page, 24hourslemons.com/rally. Yeah, it's a /. There's Facebook page, Lemon Rally Discussion. That is run by someone else that isn't associated. They ran a rally and they started a Facebook page. So it's kind of like the unofficial Facebook page of Lemons. People can post their dumb ideas and silly cars that they find on the internet. We don't have unless John Pagel says so page, because all you got to do is register your car. I don't care. And that's about it. We got our YouTube channel, but that's just kind of melded in there with the 24 Hours of Lemons. A lot of people don't know this. We have a Discord channel. You can find that at 24 Hours of Lemons. Yeah. It is separate from the iRacing channel. And I think we're on TikTok. I think we're on Instagram. I know we're on Instagram because I run that. I think Dylan set us up on TikTok. And that is about it.
Fantastic.
Go to all the places.
Cool.
Yeah.
All the things.
What are we doing next week? Are we doing anything next week? And we're all like getting ready to go to the rally. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have a show next week because we're gonna be traveling.
You should just broadcast from the rally.
Oh, we probably will, because I'll be sitting in the back of the limo and I'll have time. So yes, and then we need to make sure we have lots of chips.
So many chips.
There's a thing.
While we're working on, someone's working on the car.
Oh yeah, so they can eat
somebody's
chips.
eating
Got
chips.
it.
Yeah.
I like how people act like someone other than Chris is going to be working on the car.
Corey's there.
So Corey.
Oh yeah, Corey's good. You're right.
I'm happy Corey's going to be there. And
Dean's
a worker too. When something's breaks, Dean will jump right in. So
yeah, we hung out at like I said, at Jay's birthday, and it was cool. Like just the amount of stuff he has done is crazy.
It's crazy.
He
cranks it out, and he is doing more. He's doing more right now. Just a machine.
Add limo at a rally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was actually Mental gone, so I could say it really quick, but he was talking to Mental like
listen to this, but okay.
He was like, "Stop trying to expand the project. Just finish the project."
That's great.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, not at all. Anywho.
Right. Jeff, it's been great having you. We'll see you in 9 days.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait. Thanks for coming on.
It'll be good.
Have a good one.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, and building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at everyone.racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /E1R. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels down.